What's going on, Jerome's? JEROME certified Vikings need to add some size and get back to having the meats along the defensive line, both stopping the run as well as getting after that ass from the interior. Because the thing that was sorely lacking last year was that interior pass rush. Danielle Hunter was basically rushing on the outside by himself, as Sylvie said, "Hey, oi, oi, oi. Are you staying or leaving?" There you go. All right, so the Vikings need to add along the defensive line, and Braden Fiske, the pride of Florida State, formerly Western Michigan, has so the combine's going on right now. They're doing that ring around the rosy drill, which is great. But Fiske has already proven that he is that freaking dude. He is the star of the combine. Well, like him, Chop Robinson, Tavondre Sweat, Byron Murphy, they're all looking good. All my crushes are looking really damn good. And Fiske so far, 4.78 40. Absolutely just ripping the cover off the ball first amongst defensive tackles. So he's doing some damn work, man. So let's talk about Braden Fiske today. A background: 24 years young, 6'4", 292, former 3-star recruit from Michigan City, Indiana. So a bit of a homecoming for him with the combine. Now, he initially started at Western Michigan. Rode the boat. Was a 4-year player, 3-year starter for the Broncos. Nailed it. Hey, PJ Fleck should go back there. That's all, man. And then he made the jump, took his talents to Tallahassee in 2023, and was a stud for Mike Norvell in that defense. Him and Jared Verse were terrors along that defensive line. 43 tackles, 6 sacks, 28 pressures, a 73.9 PFF grade. Also, saved his best games for the biggest games. I mean, that conference title game against Louisville, he really brought it with 5 pressures and 2.5 sacks. And was a buzz of the Senior Bowl, was awarded the Player of the Week on defense at the Senior Bowl because he was basically unblockable in one-on-one spots, and he was a guy that definitely raised a lot of eyebrows. Maybe at Florida State he was a little bit overshadowed, especially along the D-line with Verse there, but Fiske is really showing off that he is that dude, both at the Senior Bowl, both at the Combine. I think that you could make a good case that he is the highest riser right now amongst all players in the draft. And for the Combine, first among defensive tackles in basically every single category. 9.92 RAS so far. That's not with agility included, but he did really well in that too. A 4.78 40, 1.69. Nice 10-yard split, which of course Kwesi, puts a lot of stock in the 10-yard split. 33.5-inch vert for being 292 pounds is pretty damn insane. So an absolute freak athlete, and it does translate to what he does on the field, because there's a lot of times where the tape doesn't sync up with what you see at the Underwear Olympics, and that's always concerning, where he's a person who's going to do better in the Combine than actually play football, but it does sync up with what Fiske brings on the field. Lightning quick, ball of rage, heart and hustle, lunch pail, all the superlatives, man. But in one-on-one spots, he can be unblockable. That's why him setting him and forgetting him in the B gap and just having him blow that up over and over and over. Also does have the size to hold up against run. Now, he did weigh in at 292. So that is a little bit concerning, but seemed to not be an issue at Florida State last year. But he also has NFL-ready upper body strength, so you can add some mass to that lower body, round things out, end up at 300, 305 without losing an ounce of that quickness, and actually could add a little bit more power in those legs as well. And it needs to work on leverage, needs to work on technique, except that comes with coaching. I think he would be best suited to be a 3-tech now. I think the misnomer is that, the Vikings play a 3-4, so you can only look for 1-techs, 4-techs, 5-techs. I mean, Flores is very good at customizing his scheme for his talent, and I think you would see a lot more 2- and 4-man lines if they did bring in a pure 3-tech like a Fiske, like a Byron Murphy II, and that's what's great about Flores. Here's just get good players, and the coaches will adjust their scheme accordingly. Like, they're not, Flores, O'Connell are not a stuck in the mud, well, this guy doesn't fit our scheme, so he's not going to play. Like Cordero Patterson with Zimmer and Norv back in the day. Not that I'm still bitter. That I randomly just bring it up on a video about a Florida State defensive tackle. Whatever. But I think that he can add a little bit of mass to the ass, capable of being a 3-down player. Also, it's hilarious. So after he ran his 40, he let out a "oh yeah," like Kool-Aid Man. It was fantastic. It's like he knew. He knew. So I love the cockiness too. and confidence. It's really good, man. And the Vikings would certainly benefit from adding him along the defensive line. Now, the Vikings are in a little bit awkward spot, because I think Fiske, given his super senior season at Florida State, given the Senior Bowl, given the Combine, I'm sure he'll do well at his pro day too. I think that he could have worked his way into the back end of the first round conversation, and the Vikings drafting at 11 in the first round, 42 in the second round, could be in a little bit of no man's land. But I mean, if Fiske is there at 42, I'm all in. Depending on what the Vikings do at quarterback in free agency, depending on what happens at 11. I mean, Fiske at 11, I would not be mad at that at all, man. But your thoughts are thoughts. Braden Fiske blew up the Combine just like he destroyed the Senior Bowl, just like he destroyed the ACC last year at the Florida State University. The Vikings need him. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.